Schengen visa application requirements. When applying for a visa to Europe, you will have to submit some required documents as part of the Schengen visa application process. The Schengen states have created a list of the required documents for each purpose of entry in this territory, and these requirements are approximately the same for a stay in each of them. In this article, you can find a checklist of the generally required documents to obtain a Schengen visa, as well as the specific required documents for each visa type. In addition, you will also find a short brief for each requirement and its specifications. What documents are required when applying for a Schengen visa? The following list of documents are required for any short-term Schengen visa application. Visa application form. Fully completed and signed. 2 recently taken photos must be attached. Both photos must be taken within the last 3 months, according to the visa photo requirements. A valid passport, not older than 10 years, and it should valid for at least 3 more months beyond the date you plan to leave the Schengen area. Older passports with visas on them, if you have any. Round-trip reservation or itinerary. It must include dates and flight numbers specifying entry and exit from the Schengen area. You can use the visa consultation services like this one. These guys can handle most of your visa requirements, such as flight itineraries and hotel reservations, along with free consultation over email. Travel insurance policy. A document that proves you have travel health insurance for the whole Schengen territory, with a minimum coverage of €30,000 in case of any medical emergency such as illnesses, accidents and even repatriation in case of death. The insurance policy can easily be purchased online from Europe Assistance. Proof of accommodation. A document that shows where you will be accommodated throughout your stay in Schengen. This can be one of the following: a hotel/hostel booking, a rental agreement, a letter of invitation from a host at whose house you will be staying, proof of financial means, evidence that you have enough money to support yourself financially throughout your stay in the Schengen. This can be one of the following: bank account statement, that shows you have enough money in your account for the trip. The statement shall be no older than 3 months. Sponsorship letter, by another person that confirms they will be financially supporting your trip to the Schengen. In order for this letter to be valid, it must be accompanied by a bank statement of the sponsor, no older than 3 months. A combination of your bank account statement and a letter of sponsorship. Proof of paid visa fee. €80 for adults and €45 for children from 6 to 12 years old.
Passport stamps.
Get flight itinerary and hotel bookings for any visa.
Digitally.
Free
Schengen
consultation.
area passport stamps will soon be a thing of the past. Passport stamps
Along with
are
the
badges of
aforementioned
honor for
generally
many
required
travelers, forming a
documents,
paper
Schengen
trail of their
embassies around the
adventures,
world
but they could
require
soon be a
some
thing of the
specific
past when
documents
entering
from the
the
visa
Schengen area.
candidates depending
The
on
new
their
automated
employment status as well as
entry/exit
several
system
additional
due to launch in
documents
November
depending upon the type of
2023
Schengen visa
will
applied
register
for.
non-EU visitors digitally, removing the need for physical stamps. EES will replace the current system
Do
of manual
embassies
stamping of
require
passports,
additional
which is
documents beside the
time-consuming,
ones that
does
are
not
listed?
provide reliable
Yes.
data on border
Apart from all
crossings,
the
and does not
mandatory
allow a
documents when
systematic
applying
detection
for
of
a Schengen
overstayers,
visa,
reads a
depending
statement
on
from
the
the
type of
European
visa
Commission's
you are
Department for
seeking, there are
Migration
several
and Home
additional
Affairs.
documents that can be
What is the EU
required by the embassy
entry/exit
consulate.
system EES? The EES will be an automated IT system for registering
Schengen
travelers
visa
from third
requirements
countries who
according
are
to
visa
applicants'
exempt or hold
employment
short
status
stay visas.
specific required
Each time a
documents,
person
based on the
crosses an
visa
EU external
applicant's
border, the
employment
system
status
will
are as
register their
follows.
name,
For
type of
employees,
travel
employment
document, biometric
contract.
data, fingerprints and facial images, and the date and place of entry and exit.
Current bank statement
It
of
will
the
also
latest
record
6 months.
refusals of entry.
Leave permission
Refused to
from the
visa
employer.
waivers. Here's how
Income
Brexit has
tax
changed
return
travel for Brits.
ITR, form
New
or
EU border
certificate of
checks
income
delayed
tax
until the end of
deducted at the source of salary.
2023. Why are airlines supportive? It is hoped the automated
For the
border control checks
self-employed,
and
a
self-service
copy of your
systems
business
will improve
license.
security in the EU
Company
and be
bank
quicker for
statement of the
travelers.
latest 6 months.
However, the airline
Income
industry
tax
in
return
various countries have said a
ITR.
lack of
For
preparation
students,
could cause
proof of
team
enrollment.
problems when the system is introduced. It was originally due to launch in 2022, but
No
was delayed
objection
until
letter
May
from the school or
2023
university.
and again
For
until November.
retirees,
Under
Pension
the new
statement of the
system,
latest
travelers
6
with
months.
visa-free
If
access to the
unemployed
Schengen
and
area
married
will
to
be
an EU
required to
citizen,
obtain travel
confirmation of
authorization online
employment
through the
letter,
European
no
Travel
older than 3
Information and
months, from their
Authorization
spouse's
System
employer
meshes.
stating the
This
position
will
held
launch in
within the
phases
company
once
as
the
well as
EES
the
is
starting
operational.
date.
Passport stamps are still required before the EES launches. Post-Brexit, Brits have been warned they must
Spouse's
obtain
valid
passport
passport,
stamps when they
an
exit
official
and enter
marriage
the Schengen
certificate.
area.
What documents
This
are
acts as
required
proof
for
that they have
Schengen
not
visa for
overstayed their
minors?
visa-free
The
limit of
parents,
90
legal
days in a
guardians of minors
180-day
applying
period.
for a
It
Schengen
typically
visa
happens
must submit
automatically
some
at
extra
security, and
documents
for
for
some
the
travel
underage
lovers, has
applicant,
even
the
been a
minor's
tiny
birth
silver
certificate.
lining of leaving the EU.
Application form signed by both parents. Family court order, in cases where only one parent has full custody of the child. Certified copies of ID, passport of both parents. A notarized parental authorization signed by both parents' guardians if the minor will be traveling alone. Specific documents required according to Schengen visa type apart from all the aforementioned documents. Depending on the Schengen visa type you are applying for, several additional documents should be submitted as well. Below you will find the information about all the additional documents needed for any type of Schengen visa separately. Documents required when applying for an airport transit visa. The additional required documents to obtain a Schengen airport transit visa are: a valid visa, if needed, for the final country one is traveling to, the flight ticket for the final country you are traveling to. Documents required when applying for a visa to visit relatives or friends. The additional required documents to obtain a Schengen visa to visit relatives, friends are: affidavit of support. In case one does not have a bank account or does not own enough funds to be taking care of their expenses during this travel, one must ask the visiting friends or relatives to sign in.